Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Abby for those of you who are new here, and today I'm filming my everyday summer makeup look. This has been a highly requested video. I am no makeup expert by any means, but this is just what I like to do. I like to kind of keep it natural, glowy, simple, something that you're not gonna like sweat off outside necessarily, if that makes any sense. Plus, when I'm tan, I feel more confident, and therefore I wear less makeup, if that makes any sense. But I just did my skincare. And then I'm using these clips that I got from Target, so I do apologize for looking like a rat right now, but I just kind of like clip back my hair so it's like completely out of my face. Also, all this art in the background, I need to give a shout out to my girl at Jody Ole, and go check her out on Instagram if you want to buy some art, if you need some art. This is her studio, and it has great lighting, so that's what we're filming in here today. Anyways, let's just hop on in. First off, obviously you want to prime your face. I'm using this e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer, and I'm literally just going in with my hands. Sometimes your hands can be like the best tool. Also, a little tip, if you have acrylic nails like me, use like did not mean to flip you guys off, just use your tip and go into the product, if that makes any sense, so it doesn't get like stuck under your nail, because nothing bothers me more than like when I get product under there, or like food, anything. Okay, anyways, I'm putting this on my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead, just like this. Also, I think it would be kind of fun to like talk about my sophomore year of college. If you guys don't know, I am in college. I'm about to be a junior at East Carolina University. I absolutely love it there, but I just thought we could do like a little summary. Anyways, let's get back on track here. I will just rub it in. Sorry, I have my mirror over here, but yeah, rub that in. Make sure to cover like your nose with that, and any other spots you want a little bit more coverage. I find this really just helps with the dewiness of the look, if that makes any sense. Also, I have such fair skin, like you can see every vein in me, I feel like. But yeah, that's for another day. Anyways, this is my holy grail. It's been my holy grail for a hot minute. It's just the It CC cream, and I've loved it. I've used it pretty much as soon as I got into makeup in high school. It's what I found worked best, and I kind of turned away from it for a bit, but what I love about it is it does have SPF 50 in it, and in the summertime you need to protect your skin. I am just now getting into that whole thing. I've never used sunscreen on my face. I know it's so bad, but now I am. So I'm just going to take one pump I find is honestly enough, and then I just take my finger and kind of pat it on my face. And what I love about this also is you can always add more to get more coverage, so it's definitely like a build-up. But if you want like obviously more natural look, you can do that too. And you can also rub this in with your hands if you want, but I'm going to use my beauty blender, which also I tend to recommend. I use the Real Techniques one if you are wondering, but I tend to recommend getting a cover for it, because if you're like me, I'm a little OCD in some ways, and I hate when like makeup gets all over my makeup bag, and this just kind of helps with that. So I just dab. I don't know, like I said, I'm not a makeup expert, so I can't really tell you if this is like the right way to do it. And some people prefer the brush technique, but it's just totally up to you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this all in like so. Guys, I already missed my college friends though. That's the funny thing. So I went into college this year super skeptical, which I think I've talked about here on my channel before. Last July was so ready to get out of my lease, find a sublease, or someone to sublease, take that over. And I was determined that I was going to move to Charleston, live with, you know, some girls there that were maybe going to the University of Charleston, and just kind of like start my life there, because if you know me, that's like my favorite city, and I want to move there as soon as I get out of school. But I was like, why don't I just do that? I could work and I could do school fully online, because ECU does offer that. But I had a person tell me, they're like, Abby, you need to give ECU a shot. And it's like a very important mentor in my life. He's like my second dad. And he's like, you need to go for 6 months. He's like, I don't care what you think you want to do. Go for 6 months. And if you hate it, you know, you can go and you have a plan B. Like you can move to Charleston, do whatever. And I also just like kind of wanted a fresh start. I think that's what I was like gravitating towards, just like moving to Charleston. But I went to ECU and I was just so scared because obviously my freshman year was a little bit different with quarantine and everything and like being sent home. I was like, how am I going to meet my people? Like everyone's already met them and all this stuff. But then I met these girls at this party last year when I went to ECU to visit, and I ended up reconnecting with them like the first weekend. And they've become my best friends. And I remember meeting them the night that I did the year previous, and I was just like, I don't know, you know when you just click with someone? I was like, oh my gosh, these are going to be like some of my best friends because we just have the same energy and I love their vibe. Like they're so very much like relaxed. I think that's like what really made me fall in love with the school even more, but also just like being on campus and like living on my own and kind of just like having my own routine and starting my own life, if that makes any sense, really helped me. And it's all about just putting yourself out there. I know people who hate ECU, and personally I think it's because they don't put themselves out there enough and take all the opportunities you can. Like most rec centers at colleges offer like classes, free classes, and I tend to recommend doing this because I fell in love with cycling. And it was just like a thing that you could do with your friends that's like not necessarily partying or going out or studying or whatnot. So I tend to recommend taking care of this. But truly meeting my people helped me fall in love with this space. And I remember like 2 weeks in, I contacted my mentor and I was like, you are 100% right. I'm so glad, you know, I did that and I took that leap of faith because I love it here now. And it's such a small town that I thought I'd hate that, but honestly I like it. Anyways, I'm going to pause that for a second. I'm just going in with my concealer. I love the Fit Me one by CoverGirl. So 10/10 recommend this. And I get a little bit of a darker shade for the summer. That way it's not so like bright under my eyes. And I will just put a little bit under my eyes as long as like little areas that I maybe want more coverage on. Like that. And then I'm just going to go with my beauty blender again. So yeah, meeting my people definitely helped. But like I've talked about before, it was definitely like not a culture shock, but it was hard because I was like faced with like a lot of things. Obviously like dating and all that I haven't done in like so many years, and I tried dating and it just was a hot mess because a lot of college guys, they aren't looking for relationships. And yeah, you just gotta be careful out there, girls. I honestly wish I hadn't spent so much time like not crying over guys, but just getting hurt and whatnot. And I wish I had like focused on my girlfriends more. Not that I didn't focus on them, but I would get so hurt from these like petty little boys, and it would take away my time from my people, you know, like my actual people that cared and loved about me. So don't get caught up in the boys. Like these little boys, they're not ready for anything. And yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Obviously, like if you meet your person in college, go you, but that sure as hell was not me. Okay, anyways, once I have that all blended, I'm going to go in with my blush. So I just got this Morphe one. It's Perk Up Cheek and Lip Color, and I got it in the shade Rosy Wishes. So you can find this at Ulta if you're wondering. And I'm just gonna like pump this up. Okay. And I kind of like do a little smile. This is so cringe. And I just like wipe it like this. Or you could dab it and go take that like up, if that makes any sense. I like more of a blushy like look, if that makes any sense. I don't even think that's like a terminology. But I'll focus it on the apples of my cheeks and, like I said, bringing it up. And then I've seen this on TikTok, so I'm trying it, where you put a little bit on your nose. And then I'll also just put it on my lip because it's like a lip tint too. Now you're like, how do you blend this? I have these little like, they're like kind of like a flat beauty blender. And I just like kind of take it and like pat it in as much as I can. Just kind of like, as I said, like bringing that upward as if like you're kind of contouring with it. Honestly though, I did just learn, this is so random, I feel like I'm going back and forth from like makeup chats to school chats. I learned so much this year, and like I'm so excited. So I'm actually living with my best friends next year, and there's like three of the girls living with me. And then I may always go back and add more blush. Because if you guys know, I did live with boys this year, and it was definitely like a big adjustment. I'd say first semester was tougher than second, but I did end up loving it, and my roommate John is like my best friend to this day, so 10/10 recommend doing that. There was no drama, and I feel like it's definitely like the boys you live with, like the boys you choose. Drama is pretty clean, My other roommate that I lived with first semester, he didn't end up like living there the second semester because he took like a job and whatnot, and he moved back home. But it was just nice because it was literally just 2 people living there. So definitely the adjustment living with 3 people next year, but I'm super excited. Also, I got more into my major classes as one does your sophomore year, and I fell in love with them. They're honestly my favorite classes, which I mean, I feel like your major classes should be your favorite ones. But honestly, they're the classes I do best in too, so I think that's also super exciting, something to look forward to your sophomore year. Kind of made me realize like I'm in the right major. But don't get me wrong, I have my days where I question it. I have my days where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I freak out. But then you have to remind yourself, being 21 is not old, number one. Being in your 20s is not old. And you're probably not going to figure out exactly what you want to do right away. So just take it easy. You know, be easy on yourselves. Anyways, I'm going in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I get the light bronzer shade. This is, I need to find like a cream bronzer, but this works for now. And then I'm just going in with my Tarte brush here. I could not tell you any of the names. It's like a little bit of an angle though. And I'm just going to give myself a little contour. I'm sorry, I make like the funniest faces when I'm doing my makeup, but it's okay. Just like that. I'm going to go in. And when you're contouring with like bronzer, make sure, not make sure, I don't really know what I'm talking about 100%, but this is what I do. I just make sure I'm like bringing it upward, and that kind of gives you like the lifted cheek. Also, I think another like thing in college that's really scary is when everyone's asking you like, oh, what's your major? And I'm like, oh, communications. They're like, what do you want to do with that? I'm like, I don't know yet. And then I talked to my college advisor, and he's like, it's okay not to know. He goes, Abby, I didn't even know what I wanted to do as a senior in college. So don't really put pressure on like having to know exactly what you want to do, and take advantage of your resources. Like I know we have a career center that you can like legit go and take a test. I still need to do that. And it will just tell you like what it thinks you do best at and all of that. I think that's like super helpful if you're like me and you're just like a little confused. I know I really want to move to Charleston. Also, planning ahead with your goals is super important in college. So like, therefore I know I want to move to Charleston as soon as possible after graduation. As of now, obviously that can change. Or I've also been thinking of New York City, but I know that's a little bit farther, and I don't know if I could do the cold weather because like cold weather kind of makes me sad. Sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna go with this, I think it's Eco Tools, yeah. It's like a contour brush, I guess. I don't really know. Going in with this, the same bronzer, to kind of give me more of a defined contour. Guys, I'm no expert, so please don't come at me, but... And then also to kind of like go under my jaw. Bring it in a little bit. Plan ahead. Know if you have a goal or whatnot. If you don't have a goal yet, that's completely fine. Don't freak out. But ever since I've little, like I know I've like wanted to move into like a city and all of that. So also I'm like, how do you meet friends and stuff in a new city? I know I'll figure it out, and probably through my job or whatnot, but it is a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. So I know I definitely like want to move to Charleston, so I've been thinking ahead, and I'm going to schedule a meeting with my career advisor, because you do have one of those in college. For most people, you have an advisor and you have a career advisor. So taking advantage of that in your career center is also super important. They look over your resume, they look over, you know, your cover letter, they can help you figure that out, they can help you with interview skills, all of that. So 10/10 recommend taking advantage of that. But I'm gonna meet with her because she also helps you find internships, which are so important in college, because you can kind of find what you like and what you dislike within your major, if that makes any sense. So I'm definitely gonna do that here shortly, because I hope to get an internship next summer and kind of like find a company that I'm interested in and whatnot, and your career center will help you do that, like your career advisor. Okay, anyways, I'm going with Makeup Revolution Bright Light highlighter stick in Beam Pink. Found this off of TikTok, and a lot of people say it's comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I'm going with it. I'm new to cream products, by the way, too, so I'm just like doing this like a little dab, and then you like twist it. I think I need some more. So I like start and bring it down. I think you can see it a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same with this side. Kind of like bring it down under my eye a bit. It's kind of those pens when you're little. Please, someone tell me they know what I'm talking about. Where you like would paint with them, and they were like dots. It was like dot art or something. I don't know. If you know, you know. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use the other side of this bad boy and kind of just like pat that in, going upward. Next, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is comparable to the Benefit one. I don't want to like crap on Benefit. I love Benefit, but if you're on that college budget, this does the same job. So I'm just gonna put this in my brows. It's like a great gel, and it kind of helps just like keep them in place all day. And with my Morphe palette 03, I'm not exactly positive, but really bronzed eyeshadow look during the summer. Obviously, I mean, like who doesn't, right? So first I'm going to kind of go in with a base color, which is called Trance on here, and it's just this pretty like nude, just to kind of set my concealer that I do have up there. So I'm just like patting that on. So it's a little bit more like orangey than I like, or it's like showing up more orangey, but I love the Morphe palettes. They're number one, so affordable, and they just hold up and last so long, I found. So 10/10 recommend if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette. Plus they've got like basic ones, and then they've got funky color ones and all in between. Okay, I still have my Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't know if that's like still a thing, but I still have it and I love it. All right, next I'm going to go in with the shade, the OG. It's like this neutral brown up in here. And I'm just going to take this all through my crease. So starting on the outside and bringing her forward. Just like so. If you guys can like see it as well. You guys will have to let me know if you guys like these videos. Give it a thumbs up. I'll do more, like maybe like a going out makeup look or whatnot. Because like I said, I'm trying to get more into makeup and whatnot. But I'm definitely no Jaclyn Hill or James Charles. Okay, doing the same exact thing to this eye. Or I'm doing a mixture here of Savage and Disrupt, which is this one and that one. I'm just going to take this one and kind of like focus it in here and in the center. I don't know the terms, but you can kind of like see what I'm doing, hopefully. Keeping that under our first crease color, obviously. Another favorite makeup YouTuber of mine is Casey Holmes. I've learned so much by her. I've learned the most though through my sister. I think that's just like a perk of having an older sister. And with this Real Technique base eyeshadow brush. I don't use the right brushes, but like you do you, right? Okay, and I'm gonna go in. I'm trying to decide here what direction I kind of want to take it. I think I'm gonna go in with maybe not. I'm gonna go back in with Disrupt and kind of just get a closer. So I'm just going to take my corner here and kind of like pat it in, but then bring it in my crease a little bit. Like so. I promise this makeup look does take like less time when you're not talking and like going through step by step. I don't know if you can see it. And I'm going to go in with the shade Domination. And it's just this one like over here. It's kind of like a darker, like maybe mauve. And to kind of pat it in here. Just to kind of like give me that darker. Sorry, I cannot stop getting colds right now. Anyways. And I'm just going. This is honestly a little bit more than I would do for like every day. Sometimes I would just throw some bronzer on my eyes and call it a day. So just like that, and just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to just take a blending brush here, using this big bad boy, and just kind of blend it all in. like so. It's like this like highlight. I'm just going to put that in the corner of my eye. I don't know if you can see that. Like so. We'll just kind of like bring that up. Okay. Lastly, I am taking my eyeliner, just by Maybelline. Just doing that up, and I do tight lining, so probably not going to record this, but it's basically where you just kind of lift your eye and you go up in there. Telling you, if you've got big eyes, even small eyes, it kind of just makes them, it makes them look better in my opinion. I don't know how to describe it. Urban Decay, Her Vision, Bigger, Blacker, Badder. Oh my goodness, if one more person calls me. So I'm just gonna go in with this and put it on. You probably don't want to watch that either because I make funny faces, but. Okay, so I just put on that mascara, and obviously I messed up a little bit, but I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll take a Q-tip in. Oh my goodness, okay. Next, we're gonna do lips. I'm going with this Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in shade 150. And I also learned this from TikTok. I like to overline my lips a little bit. So what you do is you just go onto Cupid, I think that's called Cupid's bow, maybe I'm wrong, and go a little bit up. But then you take it inward. You don't want to overline your actual lip. This is really hard to do in talk. And same with the bottom. Overline it and up. Just like so. Okay. And then today I've chosen this, I don't really know who it's by. I don't know, it's just a little gloss. Any gloss you have, this is what this one looks like. You can kind of tell there. I think it's like more of a lip oil. And honestly, the like taste of it tastes like, you know those chocolate lip smackers? It's not my favorite taste or scent, but it does look really good on your lips. So honestly, any lip oil works. Okay, that wraps up my whole makeup, everyday makeup routine, summer glowy look. This is the final. I love it. It's super flawless yet kind of natural. Obviously, like I said, I don't do my eyeshadow like that every single day. But if I want a little bit more, if I'm running errands, taking pictures, etc., then I will. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more makeup content or any like get readies with me or anything like that, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And I'm gonna go do my hair now and get ready for the day with my outfit. But I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll see you guys real soon in another video.